Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi my loves, it's CHANGE.TROYCE and you're watching Choice TV. So today's video I wanted to get on here and I wanted to discuss some of my unpopular opinions that I can't believe I'm sharing with y'all. So there's a lot of unpopular opinions that I have that I think to myself, why am I even sharing this? But there's some things I wanted to get on here and share. So like I said, these are my unpopular opinions, and if you have a problem with it, then you need to get on here and make your own unpopular opinions, because these are mine. My first unpopular opinion is, I think everyone's going to go right back to supporting James Charles again, and I think this stupid unfollow spree is pointless as hell. It makes no sense. So basically, a lot of content creators in the world that we live in now are organizing unfollowing sprees.
Happy birthday to James Charles!
Bro, what the fuck?
27 million of you guys should unfollow James Charles if you're following him for his 27th birthday. And then, now that 27 million of his followers are gone and you guys need a home.
May 30th, James Charles mass unfollowing. Who's with me?
These little things that I see on the internet just show me how performative people are nowadays and how people are going to go right back to unfollowing these entertainers. When it comes back to entertainers and people on the internet, people have this performative aspect of eat them, get rid of them, let's end them. Sometimes a lot of that shit is just rooted in jealousy. Just unfollow the bitch and move on. Young Miami is a very mid rapper, which isn't an unpopular opinion, but my unpopular opinion is her Spin That record is doing really well, and I'm actually really happy that the song is doing well because it is very catchy, but she missed an opportunity with her music video. First of all, she could have had a Macklemore I'ma pop some tags moment, but instead she turns it into a stripper music video. Like, it's a stripper anthem. She missed her mark, and she really had a chance to create a very beautiful work of art. The song is low vibrational, but it is a great record, and I'll give her that. The Wade Wilson special is a documentary that I think every woman needs to watch and see. It's a horrible cautionary tale of how most of the times you're not in love, you stupid bitch. You're just in lust. So that's a documentary I think a lot of women should see when, you know, you're on these dating apps and you see these attractive people, or you meet the really hot and attractive person, you think you're attractive. Same thing for men. You think you're attracted and you think you care about somebody, but sometimes you're just in lust with them. Now, I was watching this damn Wade Wilson documentary, and it was about this man who was out here, you know, dating multiple girls throughout his entire 20s and his 30s. And as he was dating all these random ass girls and getting to know these girls, he also was dabbling a little bit with guys. And he was using these girls and guys that he was dating. He was charming them, being flirtatious, being nice to them, and using them for their resources.
Monster is being called the handsome devil, his face disfigured by dozens of tattoos. And yet, somehow, there are plenty of women out there who are apparently infatuated with him. This despite the fact that Wilson strangled Christine Melton after picking her up at a bar, and just hours later, lured Diane Ruiz into his car, choked her, threw her out, and repeatedly ran over her.
What comes across my mind is murder, just murder, murder. Just kill, kill, kill.
Yet, women all around the world write love letters and send money to the 31-year-old killer. Prosecutors call them Wade's wives.
I can't wait to get out. You're going to come here, and I'm going to cook you a home cooked meal.
Alexis Williams came to court each day and tattooed his name on her wrist.
The side smile with the dimples is, I think, what got it. So, that did it for me.
Admirers bought him expensive clothes so he could look sharp at his trial in Florida. His disturbing story is being told in a new documentary series now streaming on Paramount Plus, Handsome Devil, Charming Killer. I spoke with producers Brian Ross and Rhonda Schwartz.
There were tens of thousands of women sending hearts and flowers online after he was convicted of these very brutal crimes.
Some of these bitches were out here letting him use their car. He had bitches out here bailing him out of jail, even though these very same bitches were getting threatened because he threatened to kill a girl's dog and a lot of other shit. A lot of us have been in sticky situations because we found somebody very, very physically attractive. But please, for the love of God, Watch the Wade Wilson documentary and it'll crack that illusion and make you look really, really stupid if you've been a victim of lusting somebody. Then there was this one gay dude who claimed that he was fucking Wade Wilson, and on top of that, he said that when he was fucking Wade Wilson and dating Wade Wilson, the man was completely high out of his mind, and he done woke up in the middle of the night and then sliced and diced him because he started hearing noises and thinking it was a setup, and then his dumbass took him right back and thought that he could change him. Yeah, you're not always in love. Sometimes you're in lust. Watch that damn documentary on Netflix. It'll really open your perspective. We aren't talking enough about Doja Cat in her recent interview where she discussed how loneliness is a real epidemic. And I don't think we talked about that enough. I think we just glossed past it.
My job is very lonely. It comes with being around people who you love. But to be fair, I mean, you are employing these people. It doesn't mean they love you any less. It doesn't mean that you love them any less. It just means that there is a barrier, and that is something that's really hard to come to terms with. It's incredibly lonely. I'm lonely. I want people to embrace me. I kind of live out in sort of far from everyone. I don't think anybody ever really wants to come to my house because it's so far. But it's also just hard making friends. I don't want to have friends in the industry, so I don't. Sometimes I try. Sometimes I'm like, well, why wouldn't I? I mean, like, I can relate to them, but I just, it's something that I'm going to struggle with, and I gotta figure it out. I don't think it'll ever be fully figured out, but it's just something that I gotta understand better.
It helps you understand more and more why sometimes we have friends who are pieces of shit and aren't good people or weren't the best people, who we try to encourage to do more. I think we've all, who have accomplished stuff and done a lot of really cool things in life, have tried to encourage our friends who are from the projects, ain't shit, look like shit, smell like shit, to be more shit. And then, you want them to be more and do better because you know how lonely it is when you've accomplished a lot. And then when you accomplish a lot, you can't really relate to most people unless it's transactional or situational, where like you guys go to the same Pilates class, or you guys just have one thing in common and then never see each other ever again. Like you guys both like to frequent the same bar. You guys both like to people watch. People should really watch that interview and talk more about what she said, because she said some real shit. And it makes you understand more and more why she spazzed out on so many people for constantly taking her photo and asking to, speak to her and walk up to her and wanting her autograph and shit. If y'all are gonna do girls trips, some of y'all really need to get your own fucking room if you don't know these people well. Some of y'all always wonder, why we see these crazy videos on TikTok all of a sudden and on YouTube of these girls talking about girls trip from hell, girls trip from hell. It always happens with only women. That's the sad part. It's never men. It's most of the time is women who go on these crazy excursions and crazy trips, and they link up and they go to Atlanta or they go to France and Paris and Rome and all these places, and then they leave the trip no longer being friends.
And you supposed to be my friend, but you want to fight. I'm gone. Like, no. I'm recording it, like I said. I'm recording this video on live. Y'all tag whoever back at home that y'all know that's family to me right now. I'm going live, and I'm going to stay live while I text him to come get me. Because it's weird. The whole time, she's mad because my man came to last night. And he's not even here right now. And it's Airbnb in my name. I'm about to be dead. Can you stop banging? Why are you so mad? Why are you so mad? Oh, man. Can y'all?
So I'm never traveling with this girl again. So we didn't get to experience one thing. We were here for 5 days and literally she didn't pay for one drink, one thing of food, one activity. Nothing happened, but she wants to buy like a, what is this? What type of bag is this? She wants to buy like designer bags and designer glasses and stuff, but she didn't pay for one thing the whole trip. But why would you not pay for one thing?
It's crazy to me.
And she stole my clothes. I'm done. No, you should have never came out here. You should have never came. Why would you even come? Why would you even come? We didn't do anything. We did nothing.
Okay, but how's that?
The reason why y'all don't end up being friends after the trip is because some of y'all generally don't like each other. Some people are just meant for the club. Some people are just meant for dinner parties. Some people are just meant for restaurants. And then other people are just meant to just go to hell after you saw them once or twice in public. Some of y'all are doing group trips with people because some of y'all are too scared to solo travel alone. Just travel by yourself or travel with someone that you know. Of course, safely into safe places. But some of y'all were never friends with these bitches in the first place. These were never your fucking friends. Some of y'all need to stop saying friends and start saying acquaintances. And if you are going to travel with acquaintances, some of y'all, just generally speaking, need to also book your own rooms. I'm confused as to why some of y'all are sharing apartments and Airbnbs and are being cheapskates and sharing one fucking hotel suite with all these fucking people that you don't even fucking know. I learned this the hard way. I'll tell you this. Get your own fucking room. Get your own hotel. Don't be sharing with people, because I promise you, when something goes off and some shit pops off, then you got to go in your pocket, then you got to spend extra money, or you got to be uncomfortable the whole trip if you don't got it like that. Some of y'all just need your own fucking room. That's what it is. That's the unpopular opinion. Get your own room. If you want to stay friends or stay well acquainted with somebody, get your own fucking room and you'll be fine. Now, growing up, I always thought the Chinese were everywhere. Growing up, I always thought the Italians were everywhere. Hell, growing up, I always thought Mexicans were everywhere, and I even thought Ethiopians were everywhere. And hell, I also thought Nigerians took the cake with being everywhere. Every city you go to, every country you go to, you always see Chinese, Ethiopians, or Italians, or in some cases, Germans. It's not the Germans that are everywhere. It's not the Italians that are everywhere. It's not Ethiopians, and it's not Nigerians. It's the Senegalese. I'm talking about, you go to Japan, you see a whole group of Senegalese people fucking selling clothes and threading eyebrows and braiding hair. I'm talking about when you go to Brazil, you see a whole group of people from Senegal, by the way, right? Selling sneakers and shoes and wristwatch and a bunch of stuff. You go to Morocco, the Senegalese are everywhere. You go to Italy, Senegalese everywhere. You go to random parts of New York City or Los Angeles or Chicago, the Senegalese are everywhere. Those people are hustlers. I thought Nigerians and Jamaicans ran shit globally. Nah, them Senegalese people, they got their passports stamped. Those are the most linguistically rich people I've ever met in my entire fucking life. I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody that wants to go to Africa, they always talk about South Africa or Egypt. Y'all need to go check out Senegal, one of the best and safest African countries I've ever been to, with some amazing food and kind and hardworking people. That's where you need to go. If you're a female and you dated a guy and he was physically abusive and put his hands on you, he was probably gay or bisexual. He probably didn't really like women and probably was competing with women. I don't know what anybody who needed to hear that, will do with this info, but do with this info as you will. That man that put his hands on you did not fully like women. Zeus Network is slowly and steadily getting rid of Natalie Nunn. Natalie Nunn, as we all know, is Bad Girls Club. She is baddies. When you think of baddies, you immediately think of her. Some of us can't even picture the show continuing without her. But if y'all didn't know, recently, Lamel Plummer, the CEO of Zeus Network, came out and he specifically said he's moving the show in a different direction.
What started as a single series has grown into one of the biggest franchises in the reality space. From Baddies to Baddies Gone Wild to Bad Boys and beyond, the audience continues to show up, engage, and help us take this brand to new heights. Because of this success, we're continuing to expand the universe. Today, I'm so excited to officially announce a brand new Zeus original series, Baddie Bad, the first ever co-ed series in the Baddie universe. This isn't Bad Boys and it isn't Baddies. It's an entirely new franchise built from the DNA of both, except big personalities, new relationships, new rivalries, unexpected alliances, wild trips, unforgettable moments, and we fully expect Bad Boys to return in the near future. This is about expanding the Zeus ecosystem. As we approach not only the 10th season of Baddies and continue launching new series within the universe, her impact on the brand is undeniable, and she deserves all the credit for helping to make this thing grow and become extremely successful. So thank you, Nat. I also want to take a moment to thank Daryl Farmer, our showrunners.
He's going to be creating a spin-off series called Baddie Bad. Now, when I heard that, I thought that was probably one of the most dumbest shits he could have ever done in his fucking life. Merging two popular shows into one, that's a sloppy mess right there. But it really goes to show you that some of his investors and advertisers are putting pressure on him to create another successful show. He's created a plethora of different shows, produced and let a lot of shows on his platform, and even movies that a lot of y'all who support Zeus Network don't support. So since you don't support a lot of the other stuff, he has to find a way to capitalize off of his new stuff without having to be dependent on his main star, which is Natalie Nunn, who helped build the franchise. He created a lot of other shows that people don't care about. Nobody wants to see people be all sentimental and sweet. Nobody wants to watch a fucking game show. People are only caring about these girls who fight and kill each other and beat each other up. That's just that. When they created Baddies, it was lightning in a bottle thanks to Natalie Nunn. And Natalie Nunn is being phased out because if you guys pay attention closely to the end of his announcement,
she deserves all the credit for helping to make this thing grow and become extremely successful. So thank you, Nat. Also,
he clearly said, thanks to Natalie, she's been a great addition. First of all, I don't know about y'all, but have y'all ever been fired from a job before? That sounds like a you know how when your coworkers are trying to let you go and your manager trying to let you go, and then they hit you with the, you've been so amazing, we appreciate your contribution. Yeah, that's what that is. That's what that sounded like to me. So I think that they're going to phase her out gradually as time goes on, and she's not going to be a part of this new series. I think they got a whole new investors, they got a whole new set of sponsors, and they got a whole new set of things they're going to do to make the platform richer and make more money. Don't be surprised if she doesn't exist anymore on the Zeus universe. And honestly, she probably doesn't even really need them anymore. They made her filthy fucking rich, and she'll just take her ideas elsewhere. I don't trust watermelons with no black seeds. I know people are saying, oh my god, no, that just means that there was a genetic mutation and they did a little this, that, and the third. It ain't natural. I don't trust it at all. If it doesn't have seeds in it, I don't fucking want it. If there's no seeds in it, it's not real. I don't trust it. Because it's funny how whenever I go to places like Spain or the US or Canada, there ain't no seeds in their watermelons at all in Western countries. But when I go to Easternized countries that can't afford to constantly have scientists mutating fucking fruits and shit, their shits all have seeds in it. I thought seeds and watermelons were just non-existent because they were just crossbreeding shit. Nah, fuck that. When I go to Africa, there's watermelons with seeds. When I go to Brazil, there's watermelons with seeds. When I go to Honduras, Guatemala, Mexico, the Philippines, watermelons have seeds in them. Why is it that it's only in places like Spain or France or, westernized countries like America that don't have seeds in their shit? I don't trust it. It's a demon. I don't trust it. If your credit score sucks or you don't want to pay first and last month for an apartment, honestly, some of y'all should probably use Airbnb. Now, what's interesting is people have been shitting on Airbnb for the past 10 years because it does play a big role on why things are expensive as fuck. I'll admit that. It does play a big role because a lot of investors are renting out and buying out a bunch of apartments all across the world, and they're not renting it to locals. They're renting it to tourists or people who are looking for instant gratification for an instant reward. If you have reviews on Airbnb, and if you are on Airbnb and you can't find a decent apartment or you don't have it like that to pay first and last, just get Airbnb. Airbnb don't ask you for no first month, last month rent. You pay everything up front. You pay as you go. And when you're ready to leave, you can leave, and then that's about it. You don't got to do no contract, nothing like that. If you have a decent Airbnb profile and a decent set of reviews, that's enough of a credit check. So look into that if you're looking for an apartment. I'll tell you that right now. And yes, I know it's bad for the economy because landlords don't want to rent to normal people anymore. Landlords want to raise stuff up. Landlords are taking their stuff off of listing websites, which make it easier for people to not have to compete to keep their rent low. I get it. Bad for the Listen, get your ass on Airbnb, okay? We don't got time for all these semantics. Take your ass on Airbnb if you don't want to pay no first month, last month, because that's like the easiest way. There's some decent long-term stuff, and there's actual apartments with reviews. Some of us are getting into apartments, signing leases, finding out they got roaches, finding out the landlord ain't shit. Just get on Airbnb. At least there's like insurance and a bunch of stuff. Accomplish your goals. Don't chase your dreams. The biggest lie sometimes a lot of us grow up hearing is that you have to chase your dreams and accomplish your dreams and follow your dreams. Well, that's why they're called dreams, because they're not reality yet. They're just things that you fantasize about. And if certain things are just dreams, you're never really going to accomplish them. You're going to spend most of your time just chasing some shit and not even knowing what it is. That's why sometimes if you have dreams, you should really analyze them as goals. Don't call them dreams. Dreams is an illusion. It's a lie to literally make you think that eventually you'll have a moment where it's not worth it and you got to have a backup plan and it won't work out. Just call it a goal. Just accomplish your goals. Don't chase your dreams. Your wording matters because words have power. That's definitely some popular opinion that I don't know why I'm sharing. And I know people are going to be real spicy in the comments. But I really wanted to get on here and give my thoughts. I wanted everybody to reflect, see where I was coming from. And that's just my perspective on how I feel. You don't have to agree. But like I said, it's my motherfucking unpopular opinion. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, that's that. Choice out this bitch.
Halo. Halo. Everyone's talking out. I said it all over your face. Baby, I can be your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can be your halo. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not even a Beyonce fan.